for talking shit. God, that sounds better when you're not in the hospital. Wow, welcome to another edition of Talking Shit. Hi, I'm DeAndre. I'm going to get right into it. These Republican motherfuckers is crazy. Now, I'm a little upset with the amount of attitude, dishonesty, and politicking that's going on in regards to Benghazi, and I really feel strongly, I'm just sort of pissed off right now because it's like, you guys are kidding me, right? I mean, you think you're gonna, this is the only thing that they're gonna use to try to do better in the 2014 election, when all these Senate seats and House seats are up. A lot of people are not returning, and they're after Hillary for 216, and they're really not going to do anything for this country. They're really not going to really deal with a lot of the financial problems that we have as a nation. They're not really going to do anything as a group to solidify what Barack Obama has already set up for this nation, you know, as far as Obamacare and not going after that and some of the problems that they have with that medical program. They're not going to do anything anymore other than go after people who are going to help them try to get more to score. They want to win these elections, but they don't want to really help this country. They want power, but they don't want to be able to really help anybody. For example, they're talking about how they're going to get down to the bottom of Benghazi when they haven't gotten to the top of the list of the amount of help that they really need to give people from 9/11. A lot of those cases from 9/11 and the funding that goes back into helping these families from people who had victims in 9/11, they haven't done anything to solidify a lot of that money. I mean, look at how much drama and bullshit they whined and bitched about in regards to helping people in the disaster that went on in New Jersey and New York and all of that stuff from the storms that took place. And they made Chris Christie out of an enemy because he wanted to really help those people in his state. So now they're telling us, okay, look, we really want to help those families who had those murders in Benghazi. I mean, we lost 4 Americans, and everybody grieves for that. But to say that the reason why they're going to get down to the bottom of this is because they want to go to the top and like really change and help people, I just find it very hard to believe that it's all going to be based on gossip and character assassinating Hillary Clinton. That's how they're going to get to the bottom of it. It's sad. This Republican Party, this House, you know, the weakness of people like Harry Reid, who's letting this sort of clown act. President Obama today called it pretty much a sideshow, the way that they're handling this stuff. I believe that the Benghazi incident was a horrible thing, but I do not believe that we should be wasting all this time on criticizing the politics rather than getting things set up to protect other consulates. There's other embassies and other locations where we have our men and women at, where we need to really help establish better security than what went on in Benghazi. I mean, the president has already said that he wished some things would have been handled differently, but to say that the issue is the talking points of the incident rather than preventing things like that from occurring again is really full of shit. Listen, the way we're addressed in our culture in this country when it comes to information that's released from the White House and stuff, we have to really be careful with how we deal with stuff. And if they would have said something too fast, too soon, which is what they're being accused of course, the president and them don't see it that way, but if they wouldn't have scrutinized how they were releasing information through Miss Rice and the talk shows the next morning on Sunday morning shows, if they wouldn't have gotten into how they wanted to deliver it, that would have looked just as unprofessional is what they're now accusing the president and the administration for in regards to what was said during those talking points when Miss Rice was going on those shows. So my point is that the talking points is not the point. The point is that Americans were killed. We could have did some preemptive stuff. Let's find out what those things are, rather than who said what, and turning this into that library game where the librarian starts with one kid on this side of the room saying that, it's a terrorist attack, and by the time it gets on the other side of the room, this is Barack Obama trying to win the election. There was no way that Barack was going to really lose this election if this Republican Party continues on this type of a direction. We're not going to lose we're not going to lose in 2014. We're not going to lose in 2016. What we're going to do is we're going to continue to support people like Barack and Hillary to help this country. I do not support a do-nothing Congress that just wants power. We want change. We want people to have jobs. We want our lives to be based on honest transparency rather than hypocrisy and politics and bullshit. See, they wanted him to handle it the way these people handled Wall Street. They want secrets, they want little side deals. They want people like John McCain to have a say in the matter when he really doesn't. Because when you're in that White House, it's different than sitting in somebody else's house. In other words, you're getting information that's top secret, important, and can really damage stuff. So it's very important that we pay attention to what needs to be mentioned. And I believe that the talking points that they released were what they thought was the best information at that time, based on all the things that are involved in handling stuff like this. So I done had some coffee. I love President Barack Obama. I don't like all the things that he does sometimes, but this right here is total bullshit. I am on my way to New York in about a month. I'm going to go there and film some shows, come back for 2 weeks, and then go live in New York for 3.5 weeks to do more episodes of Talking Shit. I want to capture the culture of assertiveness in that town over in New York City. I'll be in the Manhattan area. Look out for me. I'm coming, New York. That's all the time we have right now. This is another episode of Talking Shit. See you when it's time to eat. Bye.